we are currently learning about what a radio drama is. And on one note, there's quite a bit of stuff about this, which I know that you've already been going through. So it's basically a story, often a short story, but not necessarily. It can be a long story, it can be a series of stories, but they're told entirely through sound. So not like an audiobook. An audiobook is a person reading, but this is more like a theater. And the very important thing is that they incorporate sounds, music, a whole panoply of stuff to sort of shape the experience, which can be, a bit corny, but also quite a bit of fun. And these are the main things. So spoken dialogue, sound effects like foot, people walking, doors opening with a creaking sound, screams, whatever. Music and silence. Silence is also important to sort of enhance things. Uncomfortable silence very often. Okay. This is the narrative structure of a radio drama. So this we'll go through this a little bit more, but I want to show you the editing part. So I'm going to open my my editing station here. So this is an entire intro here to just like a story I just kind of made up. So this is The Devil's Lodge, it's called. Let's listen to it, and I'll stop. But just try to make out the main things here, like the sound effects, the atmosphere, the conflict and tension, the use of voice and dialogue and accents. All these things will play into this. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You all know this program, that right? So this is Adobe Audition. Okay, let's start at the beginning.
On the far northern peak of Blackstone Fell stands Rathbone Lodge, a relic of forgotten hunts and older, darker traditions. Tonight, its windows burn with lamplight once more, for Sir Archibald Rathbone has invited a curious company to share his hospitality. Whether by chance or by design, each guest has been summoned to witness what sleeps beneath the floorboards.
So this is like the dark narrator voice, and I've put some music on top of it, or basically I've put the narration on top of the music, just to give it like a nice atmosphere, kind of.
But the storm is rising.
This here signifies that the music in the background, the ambience, is going to fade out, and then this part is going to fade in, so they overlap a little bit. This is supposed to be, I think, weather and a car approaching.
And before the dawn, one of them will not live to see daylight.
Yeah. So here is the weather. Thunder. Here's a car. So this is actually the interior of a car, and if you listen, you can hear the windshields going because it's raining, right? So it's there's a thunderstorm, obviously, and there's a car driving through the countryside. That's what I want you to think, at least. So let's just do that again.
Archie, for God's sake. This road wasn't made for a motor car. It wasn't made for anything with wheels.
Nonsense, Howley. Family tradition. If the old Daimler has made it up this track since 1910, she'll manage tonight.
Okay, so we've already established, so there's one American, right? Very obvious American accent, and a very posh British accent as well. So 2 male protagonists so far, and they are inside of a car, they're going somewhere.
She managed because father had 3 men pushing her.
Pure melodrama, Honoria. We're nearly there. Look, just beyond that ridge. The lodge.
Looks more like a blasted mausoleum.
So this here, now I'm introducing, so the music, kind of like a classical 1930s, 1920s kind of feel to the music. A little bit of jazzy, like upbeat, and it's to give it sort of a contrast to the gloomy atmosphere. So you don't want it to be gloomy all the time. Now the volume of this clip was originally, so I've added, so it says plus 5.9 decibel. So this is the original sound, but I thought it was a bit too. Let's just listen to it. I thought that was a bit too low.
Like a blasted mausoleum.
So it's too low compared to the sounds of the car and the rain. So I didn't like that. So I wanted it to be a little bit more. So you can do that very easily here. You can just up the volume. Yeah, it's much better. So this is quite complex. Now here you can see there are like 3 to 4 tracks playing on top of one another. If I wanted to remove the music, I just mute this whole track. I just press M and it will be completely different. Very different. How if I mute this as well, it's going to be very boring indeed.
Evening, sir.
So all of these layers add something to it. This is the background noise of a, so when you exit a car, like the sound is a bit muffled inside of the car, but when you go outside of the car, the wind starts up and you can hear the rain and everything is a bit more clear, and you want to make people feel that. So when they exit the car, the exterior sounds become a lot louder. Exit the car. And that's what this is. This fades the exterior sounds up, and they're matched to the exact time when the person has opened the car door, exited, and closed the door. That's on purpose. So I'm going to start, and at the same time the music fades out. So these fades in and fades out at the same time.
Evening, sir. Evening, madam. Evening, Mr. Howley. Surprised the motor made it.
I will have you know that she performed absolutely capital, old boy.
Aye. Smoke pouring out the bonnet like that tends to suggest optimism more than engineering.
Hal, is the staff assembled?
Cook's in the kitchen. Keir is out checking the lower trail.
So this is like just a basic background noise of wind and sort of just weather. And then I wanted another thunder clap. So this is just a thunder clap, but I added that to it just to give it a little bit more, just a bit of a different feel. So this is what it sounds like without the thunder.
The bonnet like that tends to suggest optimism more than engineering.
This is with the thunder.
Like that tends to suggest optimism more than engineering.
Hal, is the staff assembled?
Cook's in the kitchen. Keir is out checking the lower trail. Reverend arrived an hour ago. Looks like he's expecting the apocalypse.
Well, that's comforting.
Enough doom and gloom. Let's get inside before this wind flays us alive.
This is another transition. So this is where the exterior fades out because they're going inside, and this is the inside the interior sound with all sorts of other sounds like footsteps and jackets being taken off and hung on like a peg. All that stuff happens right about here.
There you are. I've hot stew waiting in the dining room. You all look half frozen.
Indeed, we are half frozen, Margaret.
Where's Keir? He's meant to greet our guests.
Out on the pike. Says the weather has a mind to it. And
these are the dialogue tracks. You can have as many as you want. I have at least 2. So this is dialogue 1, dialogue 2, and to be able to, so dialogue is a bit dynamic, so people can often speak in each other's, on top of one another. And to be able to do that, you want to have several tracks so you can they can overlap a little bit.
night.
Which is Keir speak for something's wrong.
Oh, what absolute drivel. This is nothing but superstition.
Not superstition if it's true.
Okay. So this is how, at least I have approached the making of an audio radio drama with this software, and it's not that hard. It's quite easy to record stuff from online, for instance. So all of these extra sounds I've just recorded from online, like corridors opening and closing, people walking down a gravel road, stuff like that, weather. What you can do also is you can use the sound effects library, and I'm going to show you that in class, but this is a fairly easy thing to do. Okay.